Good morning, students. This is Srikanth sir, your science teacher. Today we are going to discuss physics part, first lesson, that is electricity. So physics syllabus is as follows: electricity, light reflection and refraction, the human eye and colorful world, magnetic effects of electric current, and sources of energy. So first chapter, electricity. So what are the contents are there in electricity chapter? What is charge? Properties of charge, methods of charging, what is electricity, electric current, electric field, electric potential and potential difference, Ohm's law, resistance, electric circuit and components, current and voltage measurements, combination of resistances, series versus parallel. Here what I given in the place of contents, note direction of conventional current is opposite to direction of flow of electrons. You will come to know when I am explaining electric current flow, at the same time direction of electric current, that time we will discuss this point. Make a note. Now what is a charge? So before going to discuss electricity, what is a charge? Electricity, you know that everywhere, electricity is everywhere. In our home applications, we are using electricity. So outside any needed things, we are doing with the electricity works, or with the electricity we are doing the works. Okay, we'll discuss more about electricity. So before electricity, very basic thing is what here? What is a charge? So what I written here, what is a charge? Charge is the inherent property of matter that feels force of attraction out, repulsion due to excess or deficiency of electrons. So do you understood this? What do you mean by charge? So every body has a charge, which is the inherent property of a material or matter. Suppose, so you have a doubt that then why we are not getting any shock. So every body has a charge in it, but some objects will get shock from the some objects, will not get shock from the some other objects. Why? Because so when we are not getting any shock from the object, that means that body has both positive charges and negative charges are equal. We can call it as a neutral body. If any body having excess of electrons, then that body called it as a negatively charged body. Suppose any body has less number of electrons, that is deficiency of electrons, then we can call it as a negatively charged body. See here. So depends upon the excess of electrons or deficiency of electrons, the bodies may attract or repel each other. If neutral body is there, they don't have any charge, they do not conduct electricity, or they do not attract each other, they do not repel also. Neutral body means doesn't do any activity. So it is two types. Charge is two types. One is positive charge due to electrons deficiency, negative charge due to excess of electrons. You'll come to know that how it will become a deficiency of electrons of any object due to excess of electrons, how it will get negative charge, how it will get a positive charge. And coming to next slide, you'll come to know. The SI unit of charge is what here? Coulombs. It is denoted by C. So it is when any charged body, suppose any body has a charge or not, will come to know by using the instrument is called here electroscope. The coming slides will come to know that what do you mean by electroscope. See here some examples here. Just know what I said. How will you get positive charge? How will you get negative charge? How will you get excess of electrons? How will you get here deficiency of electrons? So I gave you 4 examples here. See here, suppose we have a ebonite rod. There is a rod which conducts electricity. That rod and fur. Fur is nothing but here cat's skin. Cat's skin here. So that fur is rubbed with the rod. What will happen here? So fur will acquire here a negative charge and rod will acquire here positive charge. How it will happen here? So when you rubbed each other, that is ebonite rod and fur, so rod will lose the electrons. Will lose the electrons and electrons gain the electrons by fur here. Then fur is having excess of electrons. Fur will become here negatively charged body and rod will lose the electrons here. So if you lose the electrons, then positive charges will dominate. Will have a positive charges are more than a negative charged body, because negatively charged particles are less now. So it will become a positive charged body, and fur is having fur is also having positive charged particles and negative charged particles. But when it will acquire electrons, then fur having more number of electrons compared to positive charges. That's why fur has a negative charge and rod has a positive charge. So I'm talking about electrons are moving from one body to another body. In lower classes, you know about atom. Atom consists of nucleus. Nucleus having protons and neutrons. Electrons revolving around the nucleus in every atom. So it depends upon the, suppose we done now experiment. That's why electrons from one atom to the atoms of ebonite rod moves into the fur or cat's skin. One more example, see here, glass rod with silk cloth. Silk cloth, when it is rubbed with the glass rod will acquire what here? Positive charges. It will lose the electrons here. Those electrons gained by the silk cloth. If electrons are having more number in silk cloth, then it will call it as a negative charge. Glass rod lose the electrons, it will become a positive charge. See here, whether we want to know that any rod having a charge, suppose positive or negative charges, bring a pith ball. Suppose pith ball having some positive charge here, which is attracted to the negatively charged rod. Suppose a rod having negative charge, if you want to know whether charge is there on the rod, you should brought it any pith ball or any other material which can attract, which can have a charge. So the pith ball having some positive charge. When you bring nearer to the rod already having negative charge, which is trying to attract. So one more diagram, what I said here, leaving it positively charged. Suppose if this rod is rubbed with a material like a fur or silk cloth, what will happen here? Silk cloth will acquire here some some electrons, that is nothing but negatively charged particles. It will lose the electrons. This rod will lose the electrons, then it will become a positive charged body. And fur is acquiring here negatively charged particles, then we can call it as negatively charged body is fur or silk cloth here. I hope you understood these examples. See carefully and check it out. So which material is rubbed with another material? What type of charge will acquire for first material? What type of charge will acquire for second material? And final, see here. So what do you mean by electroscope? So electroscope is an instrument which is used to detect presence of electric charge on a body. Suppose any body is with us, so we want to find out whether charge is there on that body or not. So we have some instrument that is here, we can call it as a electroscope. What is that electroscope? Consists of here, see here, one metal disc and cork, two tightening that glass jar without flow any air into that one. So we have a cork. Metal disc is for conduct. So we already know that conduction, how it will happen. We have three types of material: insulators, semiconductors and conductors. Conductor conducts the electricity, which electrons will flow through the conductor. See here, this metal disc connected to the copper wire, and copper wire is connected to the aluminum foils. Either aluminum foils or gold foils we can take. Suppose if I bring any neutral body towards the metal disc, what will happen? Neutral body, no, there is no charge on that body. When you bring towards the metal disc, so through metal disc which is connected to the copper wire and aluminum foils, here in this diagram I am showing a divergence, which is actually they are very close each other. I mean, there is no any space between the aluminum foils. Once we bring any charged body, then these aluminum foils or gold foils will repel each other, because suppose here any charged body bringing metal disc, what will happen? The charge flows towards the copper wire, it will reach to aluminum foil. Suppose positive charge is there, both foils are having same charge, they repel each other. Suppose any neutral body was what I said first, when a neutral body bringing towards the metal disc, what will happen? There is no any charge here, flows into the metal disc. Actual position of this aluminum foil will be very close, and there is no distance between between the electroscope foils, that is aluminum foils here, they are very close each other. When it will diverge here, when you bring any charged body towards the metal disc, then charge flows towards the copper wire into the foil, both are having same charge, that's why they repel. So how much they diverge, that is depends upon that charged body what you are bringing there towards the metal disc. And one more thing here, last and final point is here. So what is that point here? Suppose it is already charged. Suppose electroscope is already charged. Suppose it has a negative charge. Okay, again you brought one more negatively charged body towards the metal disc. What will happen? Here this electroscope consists of aluminum foil, will be divergence itself, more divergence will happen because both are negative charges. Suppose if you brought a positive charged body towards the metal disc, what will happen? This what I said initially first here, this electroscopic is already negatively charged. Those aluminum foil are negatively charged. When you bring any positively charged means, then they are going to converge. So one may be positive charge, another may be negative charge, they are trying to attract each other. So diverging in the sense they repel each other. Suppose both the charges are there, suppose electroscope having same charge, consist of material also having same charge, they diverge, repel each other. Suppose metal disc, that means electroscope having negative charge, we are bringing positive charge, they are trying to converge. Those are nothing but aluminum foils. I hope you understood this electroscope and what do you mean by charge, what do you mean by positive charge and negative charge, how will you acquire positive charge, how will you acquire negative charge. Let me know if you are not understood. Please ask me any doubt. Note down the notes here. Thank you, students.